Hey, what is up YouTube? How's it going, y'all? It's Sparky Marky Mark here, and I'm here to do a movie review for a certain movie, and it's a Japanese movie, but it's a Japanese horror film. And what you're looking at here is the poster or the movie franchise of Tomie, Tome, based on a Japanese graphic novel, or graphic novel, if I'm not mistaken. I do have it, but in the next video I'll show it to you. But it was oh, here it is, done. I don't know if I could say the name right, done by the author named Jean, if you see the name highlighted, if you can see it here, Shinjai Ito, if I said his name right, or correct me if I butchered it. He's the author of the graphic novel Tomie, of course, and it was distributed from 1987 to 2000 on magazines, published, and the last published was 2000. I got the Museum of Terror, which is the Tomie novel, and it's a very, very, very scary story of a girl who has a beautiness in her. Next thing, and she has one distinctive trademark. When I'm pointing on my mouse here, let me, or you could tell right there with the mouse. She has a birthmark, a distinct birthmark, above her left lower eye. So beneath this beautiness and charisma about her, she hides an evil alter ego. And of course, what the author said in the interview, which I'm going to tell you on the DVD, is that she's a self-centered monster. And yeah, and she's a little evil. In some of the films, she often says that males are the weakling creatures, or worthless creatures, or something like that. Very, very astonishing about this character. And it was published around the late 80s during the makeup effects era and the horror films era. And then onto the mid 90s, and then suddenly Japan started getting craving to do a movie. Of course. And some, I don't know, models or Japanese models or actresses or so inspired to make the character look like in their drawings. Of course. And I gotta say, no lie there. And it is a great story. Kind of spooked myself in a way. You could believe that. So with that, let's get on with the movie, with being this the first film. Tomie Will Not Die. It's not a double feature, it's the same movie, done by this company, if you can zoom in. And in the back is the story about a police investigation into the murder of a high school student, of course Tomie Kawakami, if I said the name right, uncovers a series of mysterious deaths of girls with the same name going back to the 1860s. Detective Harada tracks down a classmate of Tomie named Toshiko, I can't say the name right, an art student who is being treated for an amnesia. She has no memory of the 3-month period around Tomie's death, and she's starting to think the cause could be supernatural. Meanwhile, Toshiko's new neighbor, her former high school teacher, Tania Yamamoto, is rearing a particular baby creature over the span of a few weeks, grows into a beautiful teenage girl answering to the name of Tomie Kawakami. Tomie Will Not Die. And all in all, it is a bizarre film, but I like it. And of course, and it's based on the popular Magna by Jinju Ito, creator of UZ Mikey. Tomie is a good, solid viewing, well sculpted, well scripted, well made. Jasper Sharp, Midnight Eye, of the Midnight Eye, who knows. It's a great film released in the late 90s. It was released in Japan during well, it says 1999, but it was released theatrically in 1998. And it was released in a film festival in 1998, getting great reviews for the world of horror in Japan. And it was, of course, released at the same time as the teen horror slasher genre, Powerpuff Girls, and among other things, especially back when Cartoon Network was different, and MTV and VH1, especially the box. I was 8, I was 7 at the time in 1998 when this movie came out. Here's the disc. Let me block this part. Let me block this with my hand because I believe this is not a good scene. Of course, there you go. Here you have scenes from the film, but the one I'm blocking, sorry, you're gonna have to see the film. Here's scenes from the movie you're about to see, of course. And what else? I believe I have lobby cards in this thing. I really thought they don't release movies with lobby cards these days, or I think only Japanese movies. Just a second, I have it somewhere. Here's another artwork in the back. You see the eye of the sadistic, evil little girl. I mean, not little girl, but the woman or girl. Opening credits, Chapter 2, In My Dreams, Hasuno Clinic, Missing Student, Hide It Well, Die Now, Caught Red-Handed, Coincidence, Finally I Saw You, Cut Loose, In the Eye, and end credit. All in all, it's a great film, of course, murder mystery kind. Oh, and this is what it came with. Of course. Pause it carefully, boys and girls, if you'd like to see a full view of it. Pause it while you can. That's it. The rest is blank. What are the odds, dudes and dudettes? And also how I came across this movie is I wasn't aware of Japanese horror or anything. But I'll get to the special features in a sec. Just a sec. So the making featurette, you have about 28 and a half minutes. It's a 28 and a half minutes making a featurette. Interviews with the creator of the novel, Junji Ito, and of course talking about the way how the graphic novel was written and how it was done, and then it got popular and then demanded to turn it into a film. And of course, and talking about the character aspect of who is this girl. She's a self-centered monster with an attitude, and she's evil and other things. And very self-centered creature. And also you have interview with a director named Aratu Aokiyawa, the director of this film. He discusses about the makeup effect. He discusses how the shooting of the film is, how easy or hard it was, how difficult it was in the sequences and other things, and then also the makeup effects, about putting plasters on the actress's head. The actress who plays Tomie, played by here we go. Here it is. Meho Kenano as Tomie. Yeah, she plays the character, and when you see her, something off with her, of course. And then the revealing happens in the final act. And also the the makeup effects, you had the plasters of the character. Of course, they had to make a skull because she has to have a birthmark, and they chose specifically Meho to play the character because of her likeness and beautiness she brought to the character, and how easy it was for her to do and a little hard at the same time. But all in all, great. Even the acting was great, with the actress playing Tsuchiko, played by Nami Nakamura. If I said Nakamura, that's right there. And also how easy it was and how difficult it was, but also nailing the acting and good effects on the whole thing, and the way acting, among other things, and especially in makeup effects. Wow, that's a mouthful. And in a future video, I'll show my Museum of Terror with this movie and another movie of Tomie I'll interview soon. So, anyways, this is a great Japanese horror film, and for fans of horror who haven't even heard of this came out at the same time as Halloween H2O, 20 years later, came out. And also, what else? It came out a year after Scream 2 was released, but again, it was goosing the horror genre. I believe foreign people that does horror movies were influenced by Scream, and they did other films, and they had to take it dead serious, coming back with a vengeance of horror. So yeah, that's how they got. I believe that's what they were doing, of course. So I'll get on to the next vid for another shooting for another Tomie movie and its special features. So it's a great one, and pray one of these days this will get a Blu-ray release. I'm keeping my DVD, of course. Just a sec. Go back to this one. So anyways, this is Sparky Marky Mark. Have a good night. Enjoy another week of isolation plus work. Take care. God bless you. See you on the next vid.